Hello everyone, welcome to Learn with Ceri. In this video I'm going to go over the 5-point questions from this week's quest, hopefully giving you some tips along the way. Let's start with question 6. Liam is working on a craft project with a piece of string. First he cuts off half of the string and throws it away, then he cuts off 1/3 of what's left and throws that away too. Now the remaining piece of string is 24 centimetres long. What was the original length of string? Right, okay. Let's draw the piece of string and then work through this piece by piece. So first of all, he's going to cut off half the string and throw that away. So let's scribble that out. Then he cuts off 1/3 of what's left and throws that away too. Okay, so 1/3 of what's left and throws 1/3 off, so I'm going to scribble out that bit as well. Now the remaining piece of string is 24 centimetres long, so that 24 is 2/3 of half. And so let's imagine that the string is actually 3 bits that side and also another 3 parts this side. Then each part is 12. So 1/6 of the string is 12. So actually what we need to do is 6 times 12, which is 72. And that's the answer we're looking for. There were a couple of bits there that are a bit tricky that you could try and figure out which bit was kept and which bit was thrown away. So yeah, a bit tricky that one. I hope you got 72. And then question 7 next. Let's have a look at that one. So we are told that these lovely little circle swirls are 2 of them multiplied together gives us 36. 2 little circles adds up to 16. Multiplying 3 of those swirls is A, and then adding 3 of those dots, circles, is B. What's the sum of A and B? Right, okay. So we know that the swirls, 2 swirls times together makes 36. So I'm going to write that on there, which means that one of them is a 6. So we need to do 36 multiplied by 6. Now I really like the lattice method of multiplication, so I'm going to draw myself a little grid. And then I'm going to write my 36 around the outside and then a 6 here. So if I work those out now, 6 times 6 is 36. So you put your 10s and your 1s in like that. And then 3 times 6 is 18. So we put the 10s and the 1s in like that. And now when we add up on the diagonals. So the units is 6. The 10s is 8 add 3, 11. So I've got to carry that 10 over. And then the hundreds is 1 add 1, which is 2. So the answer for A is 216. So that's our first number that we needed. The second one is an add. So hopefully you're happy that 8 add 8 makes 16. So we need to get the 16 and add another 8. And 16 add 8 makes 24. So that's our B. And we have to sum of them. Sum is add, so we need to do 216, add 24, and then we're going to get 240. And that's the answer we're looking for, guys. Okay, let's have a look at this one. Question 8. When the digits of a 2-digit number are reversed, the new number is 27 more than the original number. The sum of the digits is 7. What is the original number? Okay, so we've got a number with a 10s and a 1s, and if we add 27 to it, the new number is those AB digits reversed. And we know that the AB digits have to add up to 7. So if we add 70, add 27, we'd end up with the 7 in the right place, but here we're going to get a 9. And that's, I suppose I should have thought that could never match that one anyway. Right, let's try a different pair. 61 add 27. So 1 add 7 makes 8. And then 6 add 2. Well, actually already that's not 6, is it? But that's 88. That's not 61 in reverse. So no, again, not matching. Now 70, we couldn't reverse that and make 0 and 7. because that's not really that's not a two-digit number, 07, but actually 61 could be the other way around, 16 and 27. So let's double check that one as well. 16 add 27 that's 13. Already you can see that's not correct. Okay, so 6 and 1 didn't work. Let's try 52. If we add 27 here, we get 9, no good. Okay, let's try them the other way around, 25 and 27. Let's see if we get 52. Okay, so 5 and 7 makes 12. That's a good start. We've got 2 switched places. 2, 2, 1 makes 5. That's our one, guys. That's the one we need. So we've got 25 is the original number. When you reverse it, you get 52, and they are 20, which is 52. 52 is 27 more than the original number. So that's the one we need there. Let's have a look at question 9. Emma has a box of marbles. She gives 30% of the marbles to Lily. Then she gives half of what's left to Jake. And now she has 56 marbles remaining. How many marbles did Emma have at the start? So let's draw a box to represent the marbles at the start. And then she gives 30% of the marbles to Lily. So I've tried to split that into 10%, 10%, and 30% went to Lily. So this 3 10% went to Lily. And then half of what's left is what goes to Jake. So there's 70% left at the moment. So let's split that in half here, and that's what goes to Jake. So Jake gets 35% of what was originally there, and what's remaining is this side here, and this side here is then 56. Right, so 56 is like 3 10% chunks and a 5% chunk. Let's split these into 5% chunks. So we've got 7 bits there that are all make 56. So in that case, each 5% is worth 8. And then we know that the original amount, therefore, must be 20 lots of 8, because each one of them is 5%. So 20 lots of 8. 20 lots of 8 is 160. So that must be the number of marbles that Emma had at the start. Or I suppose we could have said 100%, take off 30%, leaves us with 70%. And then half of that goes to Jake, and half of that is remaining. So 70% split in 2 gives us 35%. And then we know that that 35% is worth 56. So dividing that by 7 tells us that 5% is worth 8. And then if 5% is worth 8, then 100% is times 20. So multiplying 8 by 20 gives you 160. So that's another way of working it out without a diagram. Okay. And then the final question of all of stage 1 is that Noah has 6 dirhams and Ava has 30 dirhams. Ava gives some money to Noah, and now Ava has double the amount of money that Noah has. How much money did Ava give to Noah? Right, okay, so they've all together, there is 6 add 30 dirhams that's being shared out here, because that's what they start with. So at the end, we've got to figure out how much each have got if what Ava has is double of what Noah has. So let's imagine that we've got 2 shares for Ava and 1 share for Noah, but these are equal, and they have to add up to 36. Now, that means that the 36 has been split into 3. And so in order for Ava's to be double Noah's, it must be 24 and 12 if the total coins add up to 36. So Ava has now got 24, and she used to have 30, so she must have given away 6 to Noah. So originally she had 30 and she gave away 6, and now she's got 24, and Noah started with 6, and when he receives a new 6 he gets 12. So 6 is the amount of money that Ava gave to Noah. So I think what was tricky on that one was figuring out what number was needed in the answer. I think you could probably get to the fact that it has to be 20, 24 and 12 so that it's double. But actually how much she gave to Noah is 6. So hopefully that helps you there. And then all that's left to say is a huge well done for getting through all of the quests at stage 1. And good luck for stage 2, everybody. Bye bye.